Welcome to Arizona. It is Arizona Sidewinders with the visiting Bay Area Falcons. We are at John Wren Stadium in the southeast Phoenix Metro. Mark, it's over 90 degrees at game time, 7 o'clock. What are we looking at tonight for the matchup for the Sidewinders?
Michael, we are looking at less than 1,000,000 degrees. That's right, it's not triple digits. However, the play on the field is looking to be just as hot as usual, just as spicy. We are in the final moments of our league, where winners become winners and losers stay losers. What's at stake for tonight?
Looks like tickets to championship weekend for the Bay Area Falcons.
Yes, sir. On one hand, we've got the Sidewinders fighting for their place. If they win, they are still alive, however slim. And on the other side of the field, the Bay.
Bay Area having a terrific season so far. This is Michael Simeone and Mark Borger on color. Bay Area's had a lot of success. They've looked just as strong this year as they've had last year. Last year, they also had a terrific season. What do you think they're doing right when you take a look at some of their last games?
Yeah, looking at 5-1, top of the leaderboard. The point diff is a little deceptive because, you know, I think it's who played Utah, who played LA, and had the cleaner games and didn't. So fortunately for them, they are electric in the vertical space, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But they are efficient, their fundamentals are solid, and when they are on, they're scoring lots. We're going to wait and see what happens a little bit with the San Diego game that's going on right now in Colorado, I want to say.
Probably going to be about 20 minutes before it starts, and there'll be some more information to collect there.
Yeah.
Although if we look at the results where Seattle and Colorado tied at the top there, Seattle beating Oregon earlier this afternoon. Seattle's got their tickets to championship weekend in the making. Meanwhile, Colorado, San Diego, and Bay Area looking to finalize their appointments.
Oh, yes. And if you'll notice, Arizona's plus-minus there, or their point diff, not as low as other years. I would say this year, marked success, an improvement game to game. You know, do we wish that some things would have gone differently? I'm sure every player, every team wishes that, but I would say as a whole, both of these teams that we see before us have improved game to game.
Yeah, I think especially if we take a look at Bay Area and what they're looking to do tonight as a team that's looking to really put qualification behind them, start thinking about how they're going to get back to the finals and have another shot at a championship. We, I think, have been looking at some of Bay Area's really interesting production, especially in some of the ways that they're able to just absolutely dominate teams by applying pressure to the dump set.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's start off with number 39, Bridget Whippler. She is 5th in the league for blocks with 11, double dig, and she also has 11 goals and 5 assists. Her as well as Alex Barnett. Let's see what number is that. Let's do a little spot the difference. Alex, I don't see it. Uh-oh. Well, excuse me, but her and Zalk are top 3 goal scorers for their team with 12 goals each.
Yeah, and I think when we think about the Bay Area and what has made them so successful in the past is their level of execution in small spaces has just been so excellent. And their ability to escape defense or tight defensive pressure and turn that into an advantage that's going to send the disc further down the field. They're not necessarily a team that's going to push it on long passes, before the half line an awful lot. They're not just going to throw very long away passes all the time, but they're very technical in how they work it up the field, and they become very dangerous on the break side once they get close to the end zone.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen it time and time again. It feels easy. If you're a spectator watching this game and you're watching the Falcons, their offense will look easy and feel easy. It will feel like the defense is out of position. Well, that's partly true.
It seems like many times they are caught out of position.
Yes, sir, but more often than not, it's just because they as a team and their fundamentals and their system and their trust with each other is they know where they want to throw, and they are setting up their cuts and positioning to be available to where you get these nice, easy, and high percentage passes. And so if we're breaking up the field, just as you said, they're not throwing it too far before half field. They're not throwing huge bombs. But after it gets to half field, all bets are off. If they see an open look, they will throw it, and typically they'll score it. If it's even closer, if they have it after the brick mark, they're even deadlier. Their end zone, or red zone rather, percentage is just off the charts. It's a treat to watch, so I'm excited for the game coming up.
As the remainder of the Bay Area Falcons roster takes the field, Mark, let's turn our eyes to the Arizona Sidewinders. This is a team that is struggling to keep its postseason hopes alive. This is the game that they have to win. It has been some time since the Arizona Sidewinders have beaten the Bay Area Falcons.
Yes, but they have beaten them. It is possible. It's something that we've seen before and can confirm. It looks like Kristen Reed selfishly picked number 1 to go first in the line, or maybe she knew a little bit about what was going to happen on the stat sheet. Simeone, she leads, let me just look through here, 3rd in the league for goals at 17, 10 blocks and 3 assists, and 5th in the league in receiving yards. She leads AZ with blocks and receiving yards. She's all over the field. But it's not flashy. It's not anything out of the ordinary. She just does her job consistently.
Yeah, and when we look at Reed's contribution to the team, a lot of times, we can point to really smart decisions and technically sound ultimate. But I think just as many times we can take a look at just how relentless she is on the defensive and offensive sides of the disc. A lot of times in a turn, if it's not a clean point, Reed is just going to be breaking to open up space. Does so many things to make offense just a little bit smoother for her teammates. In your mind, based on what the last few games have looked like for the Sidewinders, what are they going to focus on tonight?
Yeah, we were watching them in warm-ups, and if you look at the shot chart at WULstats.com/stats, that's not the real link. I'm not sure what you just look it up, WUL stats. But at the bottom of the page of each game breakdown, they show where each team was successfully, how they threw it, where they threw it from, how far, and where they turned it over. Arizona, more than almost any other team in the league, would turn it over side to side, horizontally, or to resets. So they're not advancing the disc up the field. They're probably later stall throws. But before the game, they were working on those side-to-side throws. Their marks just weren't coming over all the way that we might see. The marks on defense that the Sidewinders were putting on themselves might not be as aggressive that the Bay Area or San Diego would put on them. So they are focusing on it. They clearly have identified that this is a weakness for the team. But I'm wondering if they have ratcheted up their own defense on themselves in order to improve as much as they need to.
Yeah, Bay Area against Astra last week. Astra was able to generate or be a party to some backfield turns on the part of the Bay Area Falcons. It will be interesting to see if the Sidewinders can replicate.
We're going to go now to our land acknowledgement, followed by the national anthem. Oh, and the observers. Simeone, was there any crazy calls that we can maybe stir the pot with while they're talking about the observers? I don't think so.
No, I don't think we're looking at a Las Vegas Bighorn situation here. I think all the officiating at home at Arizona has been reasonably above board.
Okay, and with that, we're going to go to what looks to be the national anthem.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so bright last we
Got a little hiccup for the stadium mic.
brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch, we're so gallantly streaming. And rockets resonate, the bombs bursting in air, gay proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner that wave for the land of the free and the home of the land.
Well, that's just wonderful, Michael. And now for the land acknowledgement.
Homeland is the homeland of Native people who have inhabited this landscape since time immemorial. These ancestral lands of the Otham, known as the Pima, and the Peeposh, known as the Maricopa, and their ancestors extend far beyond our city limits. The landscape is sacred to the Otham and Peeposh and reflect cultural values that are central to their way of life. This land continues to be spiritually connected to the Otham of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community and the Gila River Indian community. We accept responsibility of stewarding these places and solemnly pledge to consider this commitment in every action. Thank you. We'd now like to invite Michelle Lay, president of the Arizona Dragon Boat Association, to the field to help the captain.
All right, Simeone, I think it's going to be back to us as they go to the coin toss. See which side of the field everyone wants to play. Let's update our fans at home. The wind situation, as frisbee unfortunately is a sport that does in fact have to deal with the wind. I'm looking around at the flags. One side it looks like it's going one way. One side it looks like it's going the other.
Yeah, as ever, it looks like to the right side of the screen, viewers. If you're looking at the stream, the wind is coming roughly from that direction, but it's blowing away from the view as well. And so if the front of if you're looking due north, hypothetically, then this is going to be a wind blowing to the northwest.
Oh, yeah.
So that back left corner is where wind pressure is going to be pretty significant. This might be an upwind, downwind game, and for a set of teams that did not have a lot of success throwing deep passes in their last couple outings, it'll be very interesting to see how close of spacing we end up with downfield for both teams.
We'll get a little bit of gustiness where teams figure it out and we see who the throwers are, obviously. And Arizona, their last time here and against Astra, they had some success. They figured out the wind first. One of the reasons why Bay is where they're at consistently at the top of the leaderboards is that they figure out that wind better than really anybody else. They also, set themselves up with success for their throwing selections or shot selections are easier, kind of. It's not the tougher throws, but we'll see how they kind of deal with the wind. As always, if you can see the players' jerseys rippling as they're setting up on the lines, that's when we really know it's going to be, everybody's needs to buckle in. But as of right now, it just looks like your regular gustiness.
And I think we really should mention the kind of conditions that each team is used to playing in. The idea that wind is a new thing for a Bay Area team, that's just not true.
Oh, yeah.
The Falcons play in a windy venue. The winds swirl in their stadium.
Their venue is cursed, I've heard, too, as well.
So much wind in the Bay Area, just in general. This is a team that we expect to perform in the wind. Sidewinders, on the other hand, not always accustomed to wind, but have been performing much better in wind matchups this season.
If I ever need to throw with a player and I want to get out of it, I'll just say that it is a windy day, Simeone, and the plans cancel themselves. No, I'm just kidding, folks. These players put in the work. Practice weekends, pods, workouts, track workouts. Everybody on this field deserves to be here this late in the season. They have built themselves up both mentally and physically. They are ready for action. Now it just comes down to kind of putting the plan into place, but then adjusting when things kind of go sideways.
Last stand for Arizona Sidewinders, keeping their hopes of championship weekend alive. They need a win tonight against a dominant Bay Area Falcons team.
And I think we can say win tonight, and let's not get into the numbers. If you'll recall, last time they were in championship weekend, the margin was slim. I just learned what margin was. And there is a chance, Simeone. It's not 0, so that means first let's just take care of business. Let's win this game, and then we'll worry about the points later.
Arizona Sidewinders starting off on defense. This is Chip Chang, number 40 for the Sidewinders, to pull.
Stand up. Get up off your behinds. We're not going to be peachy tonight. This game has
Arizona playing defense downwind. Fans on their feet, and we're off. Arizona, Bay Area.
Great pull to start.
Arizona begins their defensive stand.
And it looks like they successfully stopped Bay's attempt at a pull play.
Arizona in reasonable position now. This is Juan on the mark. Fenig in control in center handler position. So important is Fenig to the operation of this technical offense as Bay continues to work it down the sideline as we saw in their last matchup. And
a rare horizontal miss, a rare reset. They always only have one. Let's see if Sidewinders can capitalize.
That throw hit the turf for Lee. This is Chambliss on the break attempt. Jamison looking to get open. Chang's going to send it to the end zone. Gazelle tracking it. Goes up with 2 hands. She's got it. It's a break. Arizona 1, Bay 0.
Well, what a way to start off the game, Simeone. A nice little 3 or 4 throw point. A little bit of concern there. Jamison wasn't trying to get open. She was open. However, she tracked the around. And if we might catch it on the replay, she tracked the around, but she followed the defender, the person on the mark, that path. So even though she felt she was open, the around was stopped because she was in line with the mark.
With the first score of the evening, it's number 42, Captain
Sidewinders, another defensive point, capitalizing on a rare mistake in the dump space from the Bay Area Falcons.
And that was all set up by their ability to kind of stifle the pull play, which Bay Area does so well. Let's see if they can find success kind of 2 points in a row. Also, let's see if it's a true upwind downwind, if the Bay just kind of take care of this point.
Here's the pull. Sidewinders to cover. Pull is
about half field.
Short. Can see the wind affecting already. Swung wide. Bay Area works so well on these sidelines. It's a key part of their offense. Now deep shot. Fenig Looking for a teammate in the end zone. This is
There
Madigan.
the wind.
Committee meeting time. Everybody checks in.
Oh,
Turnover.
such a good effort.
This is Lippincott. Another break opportunity for the Arizona Sidewinders. O'Connell. Eifert back to O'Connell. Now diving catch. Sidewinders looking to swing it. Great relief by Reed, who comes charging down the field. Another swing pass hits back into the hands of Lippincott. Lippincott's going to uncork a backhand. Going deep. Blocked.
You do need to have the ability to kind of shoot into the wind, to throw it deep into the wind, but you could see the wind stifle it a little bit. Heaton did have steps, but just wasn't able to come up with it.
Yeah, terrific block by Bay. Hung a little bit, and it capitalized. Fanning back to the middle. Disc coming to the near side to Zalk, who's been spectacular this season. Dribbling down the sideline now. This is what we expect to see out of Bay, taking advantage of the defense being out of position. That's Wiebe, who's centering it back again to Lee. Continuing to move for Bay. Excellent work. Goss back into the middle for Lee. Lee now looking for a dump.
And you can see some of these catches, the Bay is making sure to kind of pull it into their chest so that the wind doesn't affect it kind of at the last second.
Back into the middle of the field. It's a goal. Good pickup by Ruby Holman for the Bay Area Falcons. They're able to get a hold after a turnover.
Oh, and the slam dunk Selly. Slam dunk Selly on not a clean point. Absolute audacity. Simeone, I'm interested to see when, because the Sidewinders pulled this out against Astra when they showed who, and here for the replay we've got just classic underneath work. Finnick is going to see every single hole, and it takes presence of mind to know that you need to jump back into the end zone so that nothing crazy happens if you have to try to throw it again. Arizona, next time they're on D, I wonder if they're going to go match up against Finnig and then zone everywhere else like they did so successfully against Astra.
Bay Area Falcons are on defense for the first time in this game. We see Arizona's offensive line. This is Chang. Harris back to Chang. Wan. Forgive me, Wan. Chang back to Wan. Wan to Chang. Stuck on this sideline are the Arizona Sidewinders. Thomas off and something across the field. Wan's able to keep it in. Still on this near sideline are the Sidewinders. Chang able to send an inside-out shot to Pisani. Chang surveying, looking for another option. Able to break it again to Gazelle. Gazelle's got Harris wide open. Harris on a terrific shot to that inside space. She's got Wan. Wan tips it. She's got it.
Okay, Janet, save it for the wedding. Okay. All right, just recently engaged, but wanted to show something off for the fans.
Janet Wan, terrific catch off the reflection. Mark, it felt like the Bay Area pinned the Sidewinders on this near sideline, and the Sidewinders were happy to take advantage of the break space. Let's take another look.
Oh, absolutely. Here's some throws that earlier in the season the Sidewinders might have thrown it away with, but just excellent vertical momentum. Every player willing to kind of make the throw. Kez Gazelle showing off how much work she's been just putting in with her throws with that inside. Chip Chang, stalwart, not missing Paige Applegate at all, I guess. So good luck on the river, but I'll take care of stuff on the field.
Sidewinders without one of their key handlers, Paige Applegate, tonight.
And you'll notice that kind of nobody came back right next to her, right? Didn't come back all the way to kind of get a handoff. And that might be what Paige would be there for. They were forced to kind of keep throwing it down the field.
Back on offense is Bay.
So we're still in that same kind of clam or junk look where the Sidewinders are trying to take away throwing lanes, and they're trying to stop the next throw. If they don't stop the next throw, then the Bay is off to the races.
Bay Area already in the red zone. Working it up very smoothly. This is Fetting operating right back to the middle. It's a goal. Terrific play by Bay Area, and it's going to be an easy pickup by Kara Hammer.
Yeah, number 44, just being in the right place at the right time. This team is too experienced. Even though they did reload on their roster, there are so many programs on the West Coast to pull from that the experience needed to kind of beat a junk look. Everyone is already in the right spot. If you'll notice, their shoulders are kind of turned towards where the thrower is coming to or going from. They're seeing the disc all the way in. Just excellent fundamentals, top to bottom. Even though Lippincott was just right there, maybe later in the game she goes for a play. But right now, the teams are just feeling themselves out.
One thing we can point out as well is we're looking at Bay Area attack from sideline into the middle of the end zone. Normally, the Sidewinders are accustomed to seeing a slightly different attack. If we look at their own end zone set,
oh yeah,
Bay Area's been really capitalizing against teams by attacking from outside in rather than your typical, front of the stack ISO going slightly different angles to attack the end zones. We'll see if Arizona can come up with an answer here and get somebody covered in the middle. Meanwhile, Arizona's back on offense. This is Harris. Back to Gazelle.
I wonder if San Francisco or the Bay is going to try to push them towards the sideline again.
Terrific deep shot. It's going to hang. The wind's going to add a little bit more drama, but it's going to hit the turf and be a turnover. It's going to be a break opportunity. This is Janelle Lee picking it up for Bay Area with a break opportunity for Bay. Undershot right away. It's going to be a backhand rip. Giles, can she get it? Caught by Bay, who's now off and running in a great position. Looked like that was 23 Donahue, who was able to come down with that one. Shot to Pugh is a miss. It's going to be another turnover. Arizona's back. Here's Harris. She's going to send it. This is Stetmeyer. She's been sensational in the deep space so far. Can't come up with it.
Just a few steps, and that's where we're seeing kind of the wind just enough push it further than we think it's going to go.
Arizona back on defense. Out to the sideline for the Bay Area, Donahue. Back to the middle to Pugh. Pugh, backhand across the field. Now sending it downfield into the turf. That attempt by Jessie Song wasn't quite flat enough to make it.
No, and if we're a cutter looking to get better, just watch Giles play defense on these points. Her positioning's great, and her mark is on top of it.
Wan to Chang. Back to Harris. Harris has had a couple of good-looking deep shots so far tonight. This is Chambliss, who's going to send it to Stetmeyer, who's able to save it. Lefty. Stetmeyer to Chang, who beats her matchup upfield. Arizona on the sideline. They often look to get in the middle to score. In the red zone, Wan trying to get it across to the other side. It's a turn.
If you showed that disc that wind, it's going to push it straight down.
Fast break. Caught by Donahue. Bay with numbers. Looking to make something happen. Trying to flip it right away. It's successful. Amanda Giles, great cutting and persistence downfield. Easy flip, making transition offense look very, very comfortable.
Oh, and she was rewarded for that point. She was there. She played. She helped off of Chambliss for the first D a million years ago on the overthrow, and each time had the motor to just push it down the field. So we're seeing that around, and the wind just killing it. Just being in the right place at the right time.
How about the throw by Lee? Just barely even possessing it before flipping it into the end zone.
And that's the same throw that Lippincott attempted earlier. The only difference is on a fast break where it's been a couple turns and teams aren't really in position, the Bay was the only one around to catch it, whereas the other one was contested. Let's see if Bay tries to throw any zone or clam or anything. So far, they've just been coming and putting their entire bodies in front of the disc to try to discourage any deep throws, even though the Sidewinders haven't been really throwing it past half field much this year.
Here's Melissa Dunn sending it forehand into the end zone. Lindsay Doyle not able to grab it. It's a little high.
Oh yeah, she felt the steps and felt like she had to go up early.
Tough one to track down in this wind. Arizona aggressive on this offensive stand. Bay Area on the sideline again. Contested, hauled in. Olivia Goss, great grab there, centering it back.
And how many times have we seen Reed get that defense right there? She might look for another one on this point. Oh yeah, she's hunting.
Stepanitis to Carnahan. Back to Stepanitis. And it's caught again! Series of fantastic grabs by Bay Area. Back in the middle of the field. Now with Goss. Goss is going to continue to work it with Wataoka, who's been successful in keeping it moving and staying ahead of the defense. Carnahan. Back to Whitfler.
And the Sidewinders have been putting pressure, but Bay is just a step ahead because they know where they want to go, and they're throwing it with confidence.
Bay Area on the door, and they're able to sneak it past O'Connell and get a goal. It is now 4-2, Bay Area advantage. We've got 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
There we go. Giles scoring the last one, assisting on this one. She's probably going to say, just give me a break, okay? Just give me a second. Give me a point. Let's get some other people playing time. I did what I needed to do. We got the downwind and upwind. Not in that order, of course. But it looks like a timeout. All right. Well, here's our first attempt. Oh, and that's where that wind is coming from. It's going to keep that disc up a little bit. And then just great grabs across from everybody.
Yeah, Greenlee just hitting the turf with all her might and coming up with that one. And now able to set the table.
Oh, yeah.
It's only fitting that she picks up the goal on this one.
I wonder what each team is going to attempt to do after a timeout. If you're looking at the score right now, 4-2, it's not very much. Score differences in Frisbee can change in an instant. A lot of times in most of their games, the Sidewinders have actually had an early score, and then things will kind of get out of hand. So I'm wondering if the script is going to flip this time, if they feel a surge. We've got a couple players back who haven't been around. So I'm wondering if Melissa Dunn, Laura Pisani really have some extra energy to kind of lead the charge here. But it's looking like we've got a good mix of throwers and athleticism on the Arizona Sidewinders side. Madison Spiegel has had an outstanding kind of showing this year. So I wonder if they look to go through her. Both Chip Chang, Sonny Harris, and Kez can throw it deep right here. I wonder what kind of defense the Bay is going to come in.
A lot of speed downfield for Arizona as they take a shot on offense. This is Harris. Harris is going to flip it to Wen. Wen thought about it, sending it back to Chang. Chang sending it to Stetmeyer.
So fans, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but if you notice,
Wan sending it to the end zone. This is Spiegel. Great position. She's got it. Statue of Liberty catch for Madison Spiegel. She is on the line of the end zone. She's going to flip it up for Thomas. And the chance goes begging. Can't quite get her hands on it.
Oh, great grab. The observer said not in. They wanted some drama. And then the most dangerous place to try to throw it right there on the end zone line. Cynthia Thomas not able to come up with it. The Bay they came out in a forced middle. If they come out again, I'll highlight it. Otherwise, let's see if they can get the break.
Bay Area sending it long to the sideline.
Oh, I don't know.
Is it caught in bounds? It looks like they're going to call it in bounds. Sending it back to another sideline. It's going to be a block. Terrific block by Madison Spiegel, who takes off like a rocket. She's going to go to the end zone.
Oh,
Wan now able to see somebody behind the defense. Looks like Bay has slowed things down, but not slowed down enough. It's going to float in the end zone. It's going to be caught by Gazelle. Diving grab. Arizona goal.
There we go.
Arizona 3, Bay Area 4. Terrific sequence there. Wan to Gazelle. Minute 45 left in this first quarter.
So being willing to kind of take shots, to understand that your player that you're throwing to is going to win their matchup. I love that type of confidence. Madison said, "Oh yeah, I'm not in. How about that? Why don't we get another shot at it?" And Kez Gazelle just huge layup. Simeone, did she need to lay out there? I think yes. You do
Absolutely.
it for the fans. You do it for the score. That's a score secured. Now, let's see if the Sidewinders come out in that kind of same clam, forcing side-to-side or horizontal momentum, but trying to stop the next throw, which the Bay seemed more than ready for. Or if they switch it up a little bit. They do have another zone to run. Their matchup is also just as good.
Bay Area able to very much play their game these last few offensive sequences in terms of staying ahead of the defense and keeping them out of position. What kind of defensive pressure will Arizona bring? Eifert charging down and immediately interfering with the throwing lane. Going to be a swing right across, though, to Kendra Miller. Miller now pinned on this sideline. Bay Area never too sad to be on the sideline, though. They've been very effective. Fenig surveying the field. Stoppage of play, it's a travel.
Yeah, so a travel right here. There was a continuation, so it's going to come back. Melissa Dunn should have pointed to where she goes back. The throw comes back, and then we're going to tap it in. There's a 4 count where the players can move, but they don't throw it, and now we're back into the action.
Fenig testing the mark of Kay Powell. Carnahan flipping it up line. It's not going to go, though. Sidewinders with a break opportunity.
Interesting choice to pick it up with nobody in front of you, but it looks like it's
O'Connell's
going
going
to
to blast it. Backhand shot. Is it caught? It is. Mel Dunn is able to grab it.
She said, "I learned this one on the zip line in Cabo. Just came back from her cruise, ready to score." Carolina Cotto just landed from the airport too. These players, Simeone, are showing up ready to play.
Yeah, you can really see the wind affect that throw. O'Connell just sending it right up the line, but we can see the last-minute adjustments that Dunn had to make that happen with the block right here.
Oh, yeah. And then as the disc is up into the air, it's not so much that the players are out of positions or not. The wind really is changing that disc's momentum or where it's going to go. Excellent body control to kind of keep your arms up and make sure you get the score. Didn't get to see the celly, so I'll be checking in to see if Sounders have been working on that at all.
Stacking the defender and then making the grab is done. Arizona has tied it up with a minute to go. It's 4-4.
Here we go. It's a minute to go. Oh, yes, sir. Now, if no team scores, that's a hollow point. Do the Sidewinders hold on to it, or do they try to get the score?
That is another block by Spiegel. This is Jamison. Working back into the middle of the field now, Chambliss. Arizona finally able to get it back across the field. And Pisani now working back to the other side of the field with Wen. Wen's backhand has been so effective in attacking the defense tonight. This is Chang.
Fans reminder that they have an infinite amount of time as we have less than 15 seconds on the stadium clock. As the time runs out, they have as much time as they need to score. They will maintain possession until they turn it over.
Gazelle looking for options. Pisani securing with 2 hands. Sending it to Wan, who's had a terrific quarter so far. Wan looking off Harris. She's going to take a shot to the end zone. It's Kez Gazelle. Arizona has a lead.
Oh, not in. Signal not in.
Signaled not in. Arizona sends it to Chang. Chang has the 5th point of the quarter for Arizona. Arizona takes a lead as time expires. 5-4, Arizona over Bay. Mark, an exciting quarter. We're going to come back after a quick break, and we'll be at the top of the second.
See you on the other side.
Finishing out the possession at the end of
Creatine is only for extreme athletes who eat dominant.
Actually, let's skip that part. Combat candy is for everyone.
It's Bay, yeah.
And deserves better than choking down powder. 5 grams of science-backed creatine in a gummy that turns supplement routine into something to look forward to.
Also, were we ever informed who those people were who did the coin flip?
Combat candy. Making strength.
I never knew.
Delicious. Try it at combatcandies.com.
Hey fans, tonight our crowds are right on Arizona Sunsuit, Arizona's elite women's dragon boat racing team.
Elite women's dragon boat racing. Okay, cool.
A co-worker that did Dragon Boat. Yeah, when we come back, can you show a shot of the Dragon Boat ladies?
What's the name of the team?
Sunsu, I think.
What's the name of the dragon boat team?
I think Sunsu.
How do you say that? And we're back with a quick shot of Arizona's elite dragon boat racing team. They were with us at the coin flip. They are with us in between quarters. They compete at the world stage.
Yeah, it is exciting. Let's see. I don't have it on the paper that I just stole from our studio.
Top of the quarter now. Arizona with a 1-point lead, and we've got a fresh 12 for the second quarter. Mark, if you're Arizona right now, what are you telling your players on the sideline? They just played a terrific first quarter and battling back to take an early lead against the Bay.
Yeah, I think you just have to keep the spirits up, keep things going, keep energy high. Now is the point where some teams might start to kind of lock up, or they might start to only believe in a small section of their roster. Everybody who's on the Sidewinders team and the Bay team are here because they can play Ultimate Frisbee at this high level. Let's see if they can rotate their players out effectively so that everybody stays fresh, or if either team kind of locks up.
Wadaoka with the pull. Bay Area known for just elite coaching. Manisha Daryani so good at bringing her team into different situations and getting them to adapt. Can Arizona continue to fight and keep this lead? Dunn, efficient on the sideline here.
Yeah, a rare downfield throw by Kristen Reed there. Usually we're a little skittish.
Dunn going to work with O'Connell, who's going to eject it into the end zone, and it's going to be a terrific layout block.
Excellent layout. Trying to look for the number there. Just turn a little bit to your right or left.
Great defensive stand by Bay Area. Heaton hitting the deck for that one, but the defense was too good.
And it looks like the wind has died down a little bit, but it definitely dropped earlier than O'Connell was expecting.
Lippincott on the mark. Arizona looking to stop any momentum for the Bay. Once they break through, they're kind of off and running. We've got a pit call on the field. It's going to be a stoppage.
Yeah, fans at home, we cannot use our bodies to give our teammates a better advantage. If the defense has to change position or change their route, they will call a pick and go back to before the infraction occurred.
Greenlee's going to send it back into the middle of the field from the sideline, trying to pick apart this Arizona defense. Continue to apply pressure. Whiffler sending it upfield. Nice up-line look. That's Wadaoka, who's going to send it into the end zone, but it's caught. It's intercepted by Reed.
Oh, Kristen Reed ready to go, and she's already off to the races. Let's see if she just prances downfield. Oh,
Reed
Lindsay Doyle slightly ahead of her.
Dunn now to O'Connell. O'Connell to Powell. Powell's going to send it to Doyle. O'Connell has momentum, but she's going to send it back across the field to Powell, who's going to bring it back into the middle to Lippincott. Arizona looking good, sending it to Dunn now. Dunn in a great position, looking into the end zone for an opportunity. Arizona careful now, switching fields once again. Powell sees Doyle just charging across the field. Terrific cut by her. Stall count getting high for Doyle, looking for a release.
I wonder if we see a timeout as the stall gets higher.
Doyle in a bit of a bind right now. O'Connell to the rescue up line. Kristen Reed releases up line to clear. Now Lippincott, it's a goal. No, it's right on the side, on the goal line once again. O'Connell looking for break side action. Sending it into the end zone to Lindsay Doyle. Oh, no. Forgive me, that is Hannah Heaton. Terrific point by Heaton, by Doyle. Great stop by Reed.
And we'll see it. Well, depending on how far back the replay goes, we're going to see something called, I don't know if it's a 7 cut on this side, but instead of going all the way to the break side to where the defense is trying to prevent you from going, players will stop early and then cut back across the face of the thrower towards the middle. And so let's see. Yeah, Lindsay Doyle just off screen here in a little bit. Oh, or with the disc right now. Willing to kind of throw those. Caroline O'Connell working in small spaces. Bay doing such a great job. Oh, and then just finding Hannah.
Arizona now on defense. Looking for another stop is Arizona. Wan applying defensive pressure, an active mark tonight. And there's a pick called.
After these calls, there will, and after we get back to where we're supposed to be, there will be a 4 count, 4, 3, 2, 1, where the players get to move, but the disc doesn't get thrown yet. Oh, Cynthia Thomas tested in the air. Let's see it.
And it's going to be a block or a turnover.
I think it was just a little bit too far, the disc getting pushed down instead of stayed up. The call looks like it's away from the disc. Is that Judge talking to what? I see. So something must have happened before they were ready to throw. And so it's not that they're getting a redo or anything like that. It's that none of those passes after that initial pick a little while ago even happened. None of it existed, Simeone.
So big take back here, no turnover. We're going to pick up again where the action left off before the stoppage. This is Wan for Arizona on the mark. It is 6-4 Arizona advantage with 8:22 to go in the half.
Sidewinders are set up to stop anything to kind of the open side, the far side of the screen. But it looks like the Bay willing to throw it back towards us, towards that low side.
Bay area now on the backhand sideline. This is Goss. Goss sending it back to the middle. Or towards the middle, rather. That's Hammer. Hammer going to send it to Goss. Back again. So active this backfield for Bay area.
Always ready to throw. Oh. Huge catch by Finnick. Oh, it looks like another call away from the play, away from the disc. So again, if the defender has to change their route that they're taking because of where the person that they were guarding, that pick is going to be called every time.
Bay area. This is Goss again. Terrific grab by Carnahan. Carnahan, forehand shot, guarded by Stetmeyer. Stetmeyer comes away with it.
Ooh, and good thing she didn't spike it because that is not their end zone.
Here's Chang. Now looking to rib it backhand to Stetmeyer, who just had the block. Stetmeyer, great position.
Oh.
Fantastic defensive stop.
You love a battle, Simeone. Both players giving just as good as they get. What a rip. We're at under 7 minutes before the half. Sidewinders still have a timeout. I wonder if they try to score.
This is Jameson. Terrific diving block. Unbelievable work by Fenig. Robin Fenig diving grab, stuffing Arizona at their own goal line. Now working into the middle of the end zone on the door. And it's just going to be a flip to Kara Hammer. Great reversal of energy there. Fenig with that diving grab, completely changing the tenor of the point. It's now 6-5. Arizona up by 1. We've got 6.5 minutes left to go in the half.
Each team has been up by a few points here or there. Nobody gaining real separation, but you saw right there Finnick with the absolute boost, just repositioning the field, putting the disc all the way over to where Sidewinders had to work it all the way up. If you go back and watch film of other Sidewinders games, they are prone, not to turn it over, but to get blocked, right? It's such a late throw. Chip Chang's rounding her cut a little bit. Jameson is motioning her, so everybody on the field knows where she's trying to go. And Finnick just turns the boosters on, lays out, huge layout, and then comes away with the score.
Bay Area looking to tie it up. Arizona trying to put a stop to this pressure by Bay Area. This is Kay Powell sending it to O'Connell.
You know, it's not as easy as it sounds. Just score. You'll win the game. You know.
Powell now sending it to the sideline to Falk. Wind still very much a factor here. O'Connell looking at Dunn downfield. It's going to float nicely for Dunn. It's an all-out sprint. Can Dunn get there? She's got it. Amazing grab into the end zone. Toe touch. Arizona goal. Terrific charge by Dunn. Arizona bringing the momentum back to their side of the field. 7-5, 5:55 to go.
Teams are opening up a little bit. They're willing to take those shots, and both teams successfully kind of hitting players in stride. Dunn didn't have to box out that time. She didn't have to make an athletic play. All she had to do was make sure that she got there. And then, just so there wasn't any doubt, because the end zones have been stingy tonight with Paul, he called her in immediately. She was in both into the end zone and not out of bounds.
Just a track meet.
Oh, yeah.
Between Dunn and Donahue. And look at the control by Dunn to keep her toes in at full speed and get the one-handed grab, saving that in bounds. I think that's an athletic end of that play. I
think I've either coached or watched Dunn for more than 10 years now at this point. Even in college, Simeone, she was catching with one hand. So I guess if it's a score, nobody can complain, right?
Great work, O'Connell to Dunn. Arizona 7, Bay Area 5. Bay Area now picking up around the 30-yard line.
I'd like to see the more... They're coming down in a clam again, and the Bay proved that they can just kind of shred it. Immediately we see the Bay bringing in an extra kind of handler back. They're going to weave through. They're going to find the holes sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we've seen Bay Area work so well against these zone defenses. It's just not nearly windy enough to stop the momentum. They're just charging up field right now. This is Zalk. She's working with Fennick, who makes another terrific save. Good defensive pressure. It's got to be a hammer now with a high stall count. Can they get the stop? It is stopped. Number of Sidewinders in on the play. Looked like Eifert got a hand on it and sent it to the plastic grass. O'Connell now working with Lippincott. Lippincott looking for a dump option. Powell, nice shake, able to get open. Now she's in the middle of the field. Here's Dunn. Dunn now working with Powell. Great marking by Bay Area. Arizona having to work really hard to get yards within the last 30 seconds. O'Connell now wants to get rid of it right away. She's going to send it to Lippincott. But finding that continuation cutter continues to be difficult for Arizona. It's going to be another shot. That's Heaton. Now that's Dunn, finding some space. Reading, dumping.
Oh, the crowd wanted that shot, Simeone.
Dunn has it again. Methodically working Arizona. This defense, though, so relentless, and that handler pressure finally generates a block. Dunn thinks there was contact on the call. There's going to be a foul.
No, not a call, not a foul. Simeone, a timeout. Now let's see if the observers get together and call it. Travis Dunn.
Oh, it was a timeout called right before the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Travis Dunn pretty confident, and Melissa Dunn also pointing over there. Uh-oh. The observers didn't recognize it. It's a turn.
It was a timeout, not acknowledged. The result of the play is a turn.
Simeone, if I called a timeout, would you acknowledge it?
It depends on when you did it. It's going to be a forehand shot right away. It's going to be caught. Amazing play by Zalk, who has been such an offensive weapon for the Bay Area this year, having a great season. And a timeout called by the Bay Area Falcons. We heard that whistle loud and clear.
Oh, a little bit of coach v. coach action right there. Bay Area saying, here's how you call it.
Crowd absolutely incensed here at home that the timeout was not recognized for the Sidewinders.
Oh, no, the crowd is they're going wild. They're throwing, what are they? They're throwing other members of the crowd at each other. It's just absolute bedlam. Oh, never mind. That's fine. False alarm over there. But an important part of kind of gameplay and game readiness is the Bay were ready to play before I think anybody in the stadium. They threw that kind of 20, 35-yard shot immediately after it was acknowledged that it was a turnover. They were ready to go. And Sidewinders were a little bit sluggish to get back. I don't know if they were expecting a longer conversation or just didn't kind of hear the, not tapping it in, but kind of to be ready, which can take you out of a game. I wonder if now that there's been a timeout from the Bay, a few personnel changes, and everything's settled back in, the Sidewinders have played an excellent game so far. And their end zone defense is going to be great. They've kept the Bay out of the middle of the field in their other games if you check the shock chart. So if they don't give up any kind of like easy up lines or kind of easy around breaks, I really think that they could get this stop and attempt to score.
Gazelle checks it in, looking to hold the force. It's going to be swung. Bay Area now flipping it to the break side. Terrific rising catch made by Olivia Goss. Great defense by Gazelle in the dump set. The clock's getting high. It's a stall. Jamison says it's 7 seconds. The Arizona defensive stand now goes to the observer. We're going to get a ruling if we've actually got a stall.
It looks like there might be another call somewhere else.
Looks like there's a foul call as well on the field. And we're going to resume action with a modified stall count.
Okay, the foul happened before the stall.
Foul, no contest. The stall count goes back to 0. Arizona's going to have to stand for another 7 seconds. Goss dumping it off, break side shot, and Bay Area has got a goal. It's 7-6. Bay down by 1, 3:12 to go in the second quarter.
Kez Gazelle wasn't at the last game, but her previous games that she had played, we highlighted kind of her physical play and being something that, smaller players were kind of getting. So let's see. Oh. So here we go on the replay. And, yeah, just an easier round around. And again, that's twice now out of calls that the Bay Area has been ready to play. And the Sidewinders have been, just a half slither behind. They haven't quite been at game speed at the same time when the disc is ready to get tapped back in.
Yeah, and Weeby, who has played beach ultimate at the world's level for the UAE, showing really good anticipation to just make that break shot a no-brainer for the offense. Arizona back on offense, 7-6, 3 to go in this half. Arizona looking strong so far. And there's been a violation. Looks like players were offsides on the pole.
Our mental game. So this is a little bit later in the game that the Sidewinders they've had leads in almost all of their games. And then, they give up a few points. This is just happening later this time. I'm really hoping they can settle down, they can score this offense and get their defense back on the field.
To make the offsides call right, now they're going to have to take it from their own end zone. A very unenviable place to be. And Harris is just going to chop it into the turf. This terrific, best opportunity they've had so far for a break, San Francisco, and they're going to tie it up with just 2.5 to go. 7-7. Arizona tied with Bay Area. It's going to be 2.5 minutes of very tense play by Arizona as they're going to try to hang on and get another point.
Oh, yeah, Simeone, it goes back to it is when you have the disc in your hands, you've got all the time it takes to score. When the time runs out, you will still have a chance unless it's, overtime. So there's really no big rush. Oh, just immediately jumping on the ability to kind of just get the score, get the break after the turnover. And now the wind has died down a little bit on the field proper, but it's still very gusty, kind of the higher the throw would be. So we've seen the Sidewinders and the Bay, when they try to throw left to right, the wind will stifle it a little bit. So let's see if the Sidewinders can come up with this score and kind of settle down.
Upwind offensive try. Arizona Sidewinders locked up at 7s. Just a couple minutes to go in the half. O'Connell sending it to Lippincott. Falk now can't quite grab it. Throw a little high and far.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication. Falk thought she was clearing when Lippincott thought she was continuing on.
Wadaoka now going to send it back. Pugh. Stepanidis. Methodical work. Methodical pronunciation. Lee. Bay Area is so comfortable just swinging the disc until they get the opportunity they want. Back in the middle of the field. Terrific snag. Stepanidis. Dunn trying to bottle up Stepanidis. That throw is long and is going to hang for a little while, but Bay is going to maintain possession. Arizona giving all kinds of chances downfield right now. They look very vulnerable.
Yeah, not sure why the Arizona defenders in the backfield are playing off too.
Pugh has to send it into the middle, but now it's going to set up some breakside action. Easy shots. And we've got another goal for Margot Donahue. Terrific flow downfield by Bay Area. They looked like they executed perfectly once springing that initial pressure defensively by the Sidewinders, moving back and forth, and then finally attacking that break side for a goal.
You know, new players to not just Frisbee, but to any sport. If you're the traveling team, you have to make your own energy. And right now, over the past 4 points, here's the energy I'm talking about. So Luna thought she was clearing out. Lippincott thought she was continuing on. But the Bay is ready to keep moving. They're ready to throw to the very next throw. And they're ready to celebrate as the traveling team. They're going to make their own energy, and then they're going to keep their spirits up. The Sidewinders have the home field advantage. They just need one play to pump that crowd back up. Now, it looks like they're talking about matchups, would you say? Or positions on the field? What do you think?
Looks like a very, very last-minute pull is what it's going to look like.
Hold on. We're seeing So this time, the Sidewinders are going to advance it quite a bit. They could have taken it there, or I don't know if that was Paul signaling kind of a delay of game.
Looks like maybe the delay of game was avoided. Anyway, Bay Area had to pull it much quicker than she had to. That's Harris with another turnover, costly at this point for the Sidewinders. This is Thomas fighting to try to keep an offensive possession alive. It's going to go out of bounds. Sidewinders catch a break. Great pressure in the backfield and good pressure downfield. No real attack angle that was viable for Bay Area in that transition.
The score is such that you do not need to try to score twice. You have 55 seconds on the stadium clock. The Sidewinders can take those 55 seconds and as many more as they need. Oh, costly turnover again.
That is a drop by Spiegel. And a timeout called by Bay Area.
They really want to make sure that they get this score. I'm a little surprised the Sidewinders didn't call a timeout just to collect themselves. They really trusted their team there in that they were confident that their D-line, who had been scoring, earlier parts of this game, were ready to score it again and kind of work it up the field. Those drops, you don't see them from the Bay earlier in this game, but you do see the catches where other teams might drop them. So right there, a Bay player might have pulled the disc into her chest or attacked the disc and caught it away from her body and pulled it in versus kind of just letting the disc come to you. Simeone, if the wind is any amount of swirly and you notice that it's going up or down or left and right, kind of at the last second or unpredictable ways, you have to go out and get that disc and then bring it into your body. It might not look, flashy, but it's going to be a catch. And I think that's sometimes what some players lose sight of.
47 seconds left in the first half. Arizona now trails by 1.
We're looking for either a quick score for the Sidewinders or a quick turn, but if the Bay can hold on to it for 47 seconds, either way it's a win for them.
Bay Area now initiating. Intense mark by Eifert, and it's a block by Gazelle!
And there's the quick block. Now, the crowd is going to be in it. We're into it, but again, they have as much time as they need. There's no need to rush.
30 seconds left, even though this is likely the last possession of the half. This is Pisani working with Jameson, going to take it straight back. And it looks like there's a stoppage on the play. We'll see. It was a timeout. It's been acknowledged this time. Arizona gets a timeout. There's 24 seconds left on the clock. They have the possession near the 20-yard line.
All right, so we're going to see kind of what they come up with, what line that they put on. Certainly Arizona has to score this point, but I wonder who they go with. If the players feel more confident with each other. It looks like Caroline O'Connell, who's been throwing deep excellently, Reed, Dunn, and Brito, who've been going deep, and Kay and Kez, who've kind of just been working through the middle. So really appreciate kind of the line setup here.
Yeah, Arizona looking dangerous. As soon as they can get to about half field, those away passes have been looking pretty successful tonight. It'll be interesting to see how Arizona can get to that 50-yard line. I think a lot of the drama in this point, in the next 30 seconds, at the kind of final moments of this half, is going to be, can Arizona get to the half field? And can they get into a flow where they've been so dangerous offensively so far? We'll see how they can fight for these 25 yards in 25 seconds.
So if we see the Bay Area defenders' backs when they're on the mark, if their backs are towards the sideline on both sidelines, they're forcing it to the middle, which is they've done a couple times before.
And it's an immediate drop by Powell. 18 seconds left to go. Bay Area now has all the time in the world. They can possess the disc past the expiration of time. Sidewinders desperately need to get a block. They don't want the margin to extend any more past 1. They fought so hard this half. And that'll be the end of the half for time, but now it is all up to, and there's a stoppage of play.
So a foul was called. Kay Powell on the ground, dusting herself off. And it is uncontested. So they're going to go back to where the foul occurred. +1 continuation, which is there. So is that Giles with the disc, it looks like?
This is done on Giles. Gonna get sent. Diving grab. More great work by Donahue. And it's gonna get sent. Clap caught by Donahue. Who else? Terrific half by Donahue. Great fight back from being 3 points down. Now Bay Area 2 points ahead of Arizona, 9-7 as time expires in the first half. Terrific half of action. Mark, couple different lead changes, some unfortunate mistakes, and some terrific plays. We're going to go to halftime. Special thanks to our partner for broadcasting and video production, TVX. Been great working with them this year. And they're going to show you some interesting highlights, videos, and commercials at the half, speaking of which, and we'll see you on the other side.
We'll see you on the other side, Simeone, where we break down what has happened and what hopefully will happen for the home team.
All right, Sidewinders fans.
It's a goal!
skip that part. Combat Candy is for everyone who trains hard and deserves better than choking down powder. 5 grams of science-backed creatine in a gummy that turns supplement routine into something to look forward to. Just because your workout is serious business doesn't mean your creatine supplement is to be. Combat Candy. Making strength frickin' delicious. Try it at combatcandies.com.
Down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard, let me see you drop. I fucked up this hustle, okay, we hustle, but the oh my. So baby, we hustle, but the oh my. What is my guys? Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. You tell my sixes tonight. I want you to hold me, ride this with.
Planning your club season? Come to Ski Town, August 15th and 16th in Salt Lake City. There will be a women's, mixed, and open division. We are now accepting bids, and scan the QR code on the screen or email skitownclassic@gmail.com for more information. We'll see you at Ski Town.
It is championship weekend in the Western Ultimate League. Covered and grabbed! It's Yen! Oh! What a grab! And oh my God!
Grab from Chung, and Chip Chang launches to Stetmeyer for a goal.
And a blazing
into the end zone, and it's a layout grab.
Up for Milner.
Wow! Oh my goodness, Leah. That was a dime ball.
Welcome back. We're at halftime.
Fans, what you're seeing is complete trivia domination. Jenna destroying all San Diego Growler, Oliver Artis. But after that, we've got two important interviews coming up.
First, we're going to be joined by number 11, Mel Dunn for the Arizona Sidewinders.
Mel, you've been on fire tonight. What's been clicking for you so far?
Well, after missing the last two games, I'm honestly just happy to be back with my teammates and be able to play alongside them.
And what are you guys going to need to do to get that lead back?
So I think we play really well when we move the disc and kept it off that low side where the wind is getting us stuck. So as long as we keep that tempo up, keep moving the disc, and keep that same intensity on defense, I think we're golden.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now 3 of 4 spots locked in. Seattle
And
San Diego.
this is going to be followed by number 49 for Bay Area, their captain, Robin Fennig.
She's no stranger to on-field or post-game interviews. Let's see what we've got.
Robin, what are you liking from your team so far?
I really like, especially our defensive line. Our transition offense is looking very fast-paced. People are swinging the disc really effectively and feeling, I think, very confident with the disc in their hands. I'd love to see a little bit more of that from our offense, but I think that our D-line's doing a really good job of setting the tone of the game we want to play.
It's a very high-stakes game. You guys clinched championship weekend with a win, so what's the mentality for a game like this?
You know, I think the thing that has set this experience apart from, I think, other versions of Falcons is the depth of our team. And I think that our team plays through the entire full roster very effectively. And so going into this game, you know, in order to clinch, in order to be a championship contending team, we have to continue to do that. That's such a strength of our team. And we'll continue, honestly, to keep developing our depth, putting new combinations of people together because we want to be resilient. So that's, just continuing to work on that depth.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to the Sidewinders intern this year, that was Desiree Camacho Worth.
Yes, and thank you to Melton and Robin Pinnock for insightful halftime interviews. Simeone, we are looking at a first half. We look back on it, and no offense to anybody. I would like to preface that. I'm not trying to attack anyone.
I feel anxious already.
Not trying to be toxic, if you will. But in one word, what was happening to the Sidewinders there down the stretch? One word. Anything that comes to mind? Might start with an E.
I feel like if you're Arizona right now, you're thinking about some of those drops and quick turnovers that you really don't want to repeat, obviously, but this team is so close.
Absolutely.
They're so close, and it's just the small things right now that separate Bay Area and Arizona right now. This has been a terrific half, and can't wait to see what happens on this one.
You saw everything up until kind of last 4 points that Arizona can play with any team in the league. They're able to get a lead on any team in the league. It's so frustrating to see late in the second quarter. Sometimes it's the second quarter, sometimes it's the first quarter, but the execution errors keep popping up. Now, if you're Arizona, you're literally still alive, as slim as it is, but you don't need to play like you're fighting for your life or not fighting for your life. Just do the simple things. Catch, throw, make sure you see that disc all the way into your body, and then we'll worry about the next pass after that. I feel like maybe we're looking towards the next throw, or we're trying to do the system. We're trying to beat the other team instead of just kind of playing our game. For the Bay Area, for their side, if you give them an inch, they're going to take the inch because that's where you turned it over.
We should point out, though, that Bay Area has been, as we talked about before the game, Bay Area has done such a good job applying pressure on the team to just frustrate those first couple open looks downfield and then really apply the pressure in the backfield, forcing Arizona to make some short passes or off-angle passes. Yes, there have been some errors, but we should also recognize there have been some pressure. And we talked about at the beginning of the quarter, would there be adjustments? And on the defensive end, there have been some adjustments. That pressure has come, and Arizona now must respond. They're down by 2 here at the beginning of the second half.
Oh, and absolutely, you're seeing players from the Bay who aren't normally at the top of the stat sheet. We've got Giles and Donahue both having excellent halves leading to kind of the scoreline that you see now.
O'Connell with the pull, and we're off for the final half of this game. San Diego winning today in Colorado in their game. 3 teams have been decided for championship weekend. Seattle, Colorado.
Looks like the players
and
got
San Diego. Meanwhile, though, a collision on field And there's going to be a stoppage. It looks like there's been a foul call.
Both players kind of coming into contact. I don't see a card being lifted or anything like that.
No contests. We're going to get a fresh clock done on the mark. Holman with the disc. 3 teams now committed to championship weekend, having earned a bid. Bay Area Falcons up 2, looking to secure theirs. Arizona fighting for this win. Here's Eifert, who's giving away nothing on Pfennig. Bay Area working it back across the field. Hammer now sending it into the end zone. Here's Lippincott versus terrific spike by Lippincott. Sending it out of the hands of Pfennig. Defensive stand, but a drop by Powell. And it's just up and over and into the turf once again.
Lippincott with a little bit of too much beet juice at the halftime. Let's see if she settles down a little bit. Okay, Powell ready to start with the disc.
Now Arizona with another shot at it. That's O'Connell, who's not bashful at all. It's just going to get sent deep for Falk. Falk's in great position. I
wonder if it's going to come back.
Spiked out of her hands.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Foul call.
Sometimes what you see with some of these bigger throws, and especially on the backhands more than the forehands, is as the thrower has kind of vertical momentum and then they really wind up, even a little bit of contact can kind of throw you off your balance, and fouls typically will happen. Now we're going to resume play.
Now working underneath the Sidewinders, changing up their strategy after testing the waters in the backfield. Falk sending it to O'Connell. O'Connell's going to send another backhand. It's too much. Arizona's going to be back on defense. 9:40 to go in the third quarter.
You do have to throw it with some zip going upwind, but if you don't get the right angle of release out, the wind can just push the disc right down.
The wind has changed significantly since halftime, and by that I mean it has died down quite a bit. Meanwhile, O'Connell makes that throw dead. And O'Connell back to Powell. Arizona in a great position now. Lippincott scanning. O'Connell coming around. Still looking for that backhand.
Getting pushed
trying to get through the defense. Now done. Just going to move quickly and drag across the field. Back to O'Connell, who's been terrific this point. She's going to flip it into the field. And Falk, what a grab. Who's able to control it.
There we
as
go.
O'Connell just rocketed it in the end zone.
I think that's exactly what you want to see if you're the Sidewinders coming out of a halftime, is really pushing the pace. We had 2 kind of athletic pressure Ds there from the Sidewinders, and then 1 lucky kind of turnover from the Falcons, but I wouldn't count them out too. Oh, Caroline O'Connell coming through, seeing it all the way. Sometimes handlers can get a little too cute, and the defense pounces on it.
That was great work by Dunn to move it off the sideline and working together with O'Connell, who's working just relentlessly on this point. And when she wound up there, I thought for a second she was going to try to bend it out and around, but instead just threw it right along the line, and it was a laser, and Falk was there. Great play there by the Sidewinders. They've closed within 1.
With the leapfrog, Selly, Toad living up to her name. Now let's see how the Bay responds.
Pfennig now in great position, fakes a backhand. And Bay Area working it back to the sideline, Madigan. Madigan back to Pfennig. Arizona pushing back the Bay Area. Good defensive pressure so far. It's going to skip onto the turf. Pfennig not quite in sync with Madigan with the defensive pressure. But the backhand attempt by Chang is going to hit the ground and turn over. This throw's going to go high. Brought in nicely, though, by Goss.
See if Chambliss can keep her on the sideline.
Great pressure, but caught. Pfennig not letting this play go away. Goss breaking away in open space. Goss now going to send it right into the back of Gazelle, who comes up with an inadvertent block.
Oh, yeah, Mark
and
Sanchez,
is going to send it downfield to Wan. Wan, 2 hands up in the air. Arizona in good position into transition offense. Here's Gazelle, who's ahead of the defense.
Chambliss.
Gazelle's going to send it into the end zone for Wan. Wan tracking Wan, 2 hands. Wan on the end zone's doorstep.
Wide open! Caught!
And
Stetmeyer in! And with that, 9-9, Arizona draws even with Bay Area.
Oh, excellent series for the Sidewinders. These last 2 points really taking advantage, kind of pushing the pace. As the home team, you want to be using your legs. You want to be attacking every throw that gets made. Falcons, I'm not sure if, out of half they said, oh, we can throw over the top. They kind of got away from their underneath vertical momentum, kind of those throw-to-throw-to throws. The Sidewinders, the defense looks prepared, it looks set up, and they're taking advantage of it on the other side. Let's see what they come out in. They've gotten away from the kind of clam, the junk, in the throwing lanes, because you don't have that 8th defender in the wind, and they've just been playing really solid matchup defense. They've been putting their bodies in front of the disc on the mark, and they've been getting to the disc first. Let's see if they can carry that momentum into this next point.
O'Connell, great pull. It's going to come a little short, but with reasonable hang time, Sidewinders now sprinting into position. Doyle to apply the early pressure alongside Powell and Lippincott. Sidewinders now clamping down on the handlers, but maintaining possession so far. That's Stepanaitis sending it back to Donahue, who's been a wrecking ball tonight. Backhand shot into the end zone, unguarded, is Jacqueline Wadaoka. Terrific grab. What a release.
I hope we're going for a celly.
Looked completely uncovered. Gonna try to dunk at Wadaoka, but they can't quite get there.
Big dunk. Here we go. A second attempt. It's going through the upright for a goal.
It was a field goal, Selly.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a dunk, Selly.
Oh, I think it was maybe a dunk, Selly.
When we took a look at the replay, though, Wadaoka releases from the back of the defense and just leaves no doubt that she is wide open. It's a terrific shove of force to be able to get open like that.
And that's a great adjustment from the players themselves. If you look at the shot charts, this throw and this score does not happen very often in any of the Bay's games. They saw the middle of the field open, got it to somebody who could put it further, and then she made the extended throw to ensure the score.
Yeah, and we didn't quite, we weren't quite able to see it on that replay, but again, the strength and effort there to get open in that space. Terrific attack, left the Sidewinders really guessing.
Players, if you're looking to get better at home, rewind that tape to 3 or 4 more cuts before the score and see how these players are setting up their cuts. Oh,
terrific play by Whiffler, who's able to intercept that one. And now the Sidewinders are scrambling, trying to get it back. They're down by 1. We've got 6.5 to go in the quarter. This is Thomas now on the mark.
Oh yeah, Whiffler just adding to her block total for the year. Oh, but unable to come up with a catch.
Chang, backhand shot. It's Wan again, who's been great in the end zone. Intercepted by Eliza Pugh.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if Wan thought that it was going to come up and kind of took a step off, because Pugh was there several steps ahead.
Good pressure, block by Wan. Looked like she got a foot on it. This is Harris. Harris going to flip it up to Chang. It's a miss. Arizona back on defense. We've got less than 6 to go in this quarter, a low-scoring quarter so far.
That's several times now that the Arizona handlers have rushed to the disc to rush a throw, and the execution just hasn't been there afterwards.
Arizona more defensive pressure. Cynthia Thomas.
Gosh, Cynthia Thomas said, nope, let's give somebody else the score. I don't want it. I'll just get the D.
Unbelievable reaction by Thomas.
Let's see if they put her in the front of the stack.
Able to get herself in great position and then seal the deal with a dive. Here's Chang. Can Arizona get the goal? Slicing across the end zone. Stetmeyer. Right there, great throw by Chang. Arizona with another goal. 5 minutes to go. We're tied up at 10.
There we go. Brito saying, you got my trivia question wrong. I'm going to be on everybody's lips here after the performance that I'm having. She is bringing Arizona back to tied. And the energy in the crowd, too. Everybody's pumped up. Everybody's into it.
With back-to-back goals.
Like me, Stetmeyer also from Arkansas.
Oh, interesting. Now, let's see. We've got No Fun Travis Dunn over here. There it is. You go for that D 1,000%. You don't care about where you are on the field, and then the throw that the wind could have killed. We've seen those throws get eaten up by the wind before. And Britta making sure that she catches it. Interesting low 5 technique. Didn't go for the high 5s there after the score.
Arizona on defense. This pole's going to be short. Short field for Bay Area when picking up for this point. Fennick sending it to the sideline. More pressure from Arizona trying to lock down that swing pass. It's contested, but it's completed. This one's got too much pressure on it, though. It's going to hit the ground. It looks like there's a call. Looks like there is a foul on the throw.
Okay, now if we see the X hands being made and then open palms up, that's going to be a foul uncontest. If we see X hands and then kind of giving themselves a fist bump, that means there's going to be a contest. All right. And then we're going to get this countdown, that 4 seconds where everybody gets to move.
Going to get another chance on it after that foul on the mark. Moving quickly now, Bay. Attacking Arizona with velocity and keeping the stall count low. Hammer. Sending it inside out. Great angle to find the skinny break side. Bay Area in a great position now. They're so dangerous in this part of the field. Near the end zone on the break side. Sending it back across now. Fennick going to dish it off to the side. Another stoppage of play. Looks like there's been a single for a pick. Players are going to go back before the collision occurred. Disc is live. Able to get the dump. Bay Area looking very dangerous now. Diving block attempt. And it is a block.
There's
Eifert to the rescue. Arizona maintains possession. 3 minutes to go, tied at 10.
Arizona has given it back quickly before, but let's see if Reed can come up with it. Oh, not quite. They have gotten these excellent Ds, but give it back just as quick as they got the turn. Can be a bit frustrating sometimes, but the players all season have shown that they're ready to grind. They're ready to play defense just as hard again.
Eifert, who just came up with an incredible block on Fennick. This is Lippincott on the mark. Stops the around. Almost another block, and there's too much pressure. It's another turnover for Bay.
That's a few times now that the Bay have thrown behind the receivers. That could be a product of traveling or just Arizona playing great pressure D.
Heaton across the middle with the catch. Now a timeout called.
Let's
Arizona.
Check. The observers have acknowledged it, Simeone.
2.5 minutes to go. Arizona just now crossing the half line. We'll see what they come up with. What have we seen work for Arizona after crossing the half line tonight? If we're coaching, what kind of play are we looking for? What initial action are we looking for?
Yeah, the Sidewinders are a much better team when they are in motion, they're in flow. The defense doesn't really have a stranglehold on what they're trying to do. Out of timeouts, out of turns or stoppages, that's when the defense is at its best. They know where the Sidewinders are trying to throw. And it's the Sidewinders' job to kind of adjust to that and still beat the D. And honestly, if we're going to see a turn, it's going to happen quick. If we don't see that quick turn, then we're looking at a nice, methodical Arizona score. The side-to-side, which has been their – do snakes have heels? Has been their Achilles heel this season, hasn't really been too affected this game. If they have worked it side to side, they've looked upfield either on the break side, which is past where the defense is trying to stop them from throwing, or the open side, but they've been throwing it vertically consistently. So if we're going to see a turn again, it'll be quick. If we don't see that quick turn, then I'm pretty sure, put one in the scores column. The Sidewinders have this one in the bag.
A lot of firepower out there in the stack for the Sidewinders. Lippincott, Reed, Pisani, Stetmeyer. Basically a who's who of great deep cutters for this team. Stetmeyer now mixing it up, coming under. And able to, not quite, disconnected from O'Connell. Transition opportunity. Bay Area is just going to take advantage of the open space in the middle of the field. And
Simeone, I'm going to count that one as a quick turn. And an even quicker turn.
outstanding block by Chang, reading the lane. Donahue trying to take advantage of that space. Chang read it. Here's Reed, who sees Pisani, who sees Gazelle, who's got to track it, but too much.
Last time it was the Astra not able to adjust for that kind of outside-in forehand throw where the wind is going to push it up and over. This time it's the Sidewinders having trouble dialing in those throws.
Arizona back on defense. Trying to keep Bay Area in this part of the field, and they've got it done. Now, can they finish it to take the lead? We've got 1:43 left in this quarter. This is O'Connell. O'Connell sending it across the field to Pisani. Pisani to Gazelle. Gazelle outside angle. Pisani catching it in traffic in a collision, and now finding O'Connell. Terrific grab by Pisani, who got trucked and managed to maintain possession.
And the fans are loving it. They're on the feet. Let's just soak in that reaction a little bit. There we go. The crowd is energized. The players are energized. And those weren't... San Francisco makes that catch earlier in the game. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's otherwise. But the pressure from Arizona, vital to kind of forcing these tougher throws.
Here's O'Connell, who got the pressure.
And then now we're just going to see upline and upline. If we can't stop it, yeah, we're going to get scored on.
Yeah, and look at how much running O'Connell put in on that point.
She just got off a plane from Ireland an hour before the game, Simeone.
Chang, terrific pull. It's going to land well past the 30. This is one of the best opportunities the Sidewinders have had all night to give the Bay Area short field.
We want to see defenders close to their players. We don't want to see kind of playing off.
Now just ripping through the defense. Terrific serve by Fenig, and it's going to be Madigan who comes away with the goal.
Excellent response to a longer point. The players who weren't on the field go, okay, here, well, I'll show you how to score it. It's that classic vertical momentum that the Bay Area are known for. If you give them just a little bit of space, a little bit of momentum, and you play off instead of playing tight, you're going to see exactly what we're going to see here. As soon as they turn up field, we can't hear it, but they were yelling, and that is why the player turned around, and now we're just in motion. Stall 0 throws left and right to a wide open 15. Not Giles. Giles is 14.
No, that's Madigan.
Oh, Madigan. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, really good work by Bay Area. We've got another O-line out on the field, and Caroline O'Connell, who was absolutely gassed after that last point. Her hands were on her knees. She's back out on the field right now. Let's see what she has left. She's been giving everything for her team tonight.
Oh, yeah. Sidewinders coaching staff going to dance with the ones who brought them. The hot hand for sure.
Powell ejecting Dunn. Great work by Doyle. Sliding catch. Lippincott. Back to O'Connell. Lippincott serving it backhand. Heaton able to come up with it off the tip. Dunn.
Mel looking everywhere but somewhere to throw.
Here's O'Connell, who's got the disc again. Lippincott, early dump cut. Going to get sent to the other side of the field as a sort of punt. Sidewinders back on defense. It's 11-11. This looks like it's going to be the last possession of the quarter.
So the Sidewinders reset system, the reset handler initiates, and sometimes what happens is that miscommunication between thrower and receiver.
Probing the defense, deep shot, skips out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Let's see if it ever came back in. If it didn't, oh, let's see.
Is there time left? We heard a horn, but we're not sure if there's a stoppage.
We see hands up. The disc is coming back.
It looks like
the Sidewinders did score the last possession last time.
Here's the replay on it. There's still time left on the clock. Apparently, the stoppage, well, it's immaterial at this point as it's thrown away by the Sidewinders. As we sort out when the clock exactly stopped, it doesn't matter. The turnover means it's 11-11 with the fourth quarter to begin. Couldn't be any closer.
Absolutely. You're seeing two titans of the sport just go at it, go point per point. And here's the tap in. And the Bay have been defending the Sidewinders and their kind of stoppage plays by bringing multiple players into the immediate thrower lanes.
We'll see what happens at this match that's completely locked up. We'll take a quick break and see you at the beginning of the fourth.
Planning your club season? Come to Ski Town, August 15th and 16th in Salt Lake City. There will be a women's, mixed, and open division. We are now accepting bids, and scan the QR code on the screen or email skitownclassic@gmail.com for more information. We'll see you at Ski Town.
We're back, and folks, we are running out of ways to say that this has been a really close, hard-fought game, but here we are, 11-11 at the top of the fourth. Arizona surging back in the third to tie it up, and both teams basically struggling in places to complete some what had been before some relatively simple passes. You can see the wear and tear of this game starting to show on both teams. We don't expect a clean fourth quarter here. This is just going to be a rock fight.
Yes, I mean, we're looking for fundamentals to shine through. I think if you're Arizona, if there's a turnover, you do not have to sprint to it. Take your time. Now, everybody else other than the person picking up the disc, they should be sprinting, kind of trying to take advantage of the turn and maybe a fast break. Otherwise, go with the flow. Take what's available for you. If you're the Bay, just nice, easy catches and throws, vertical momentum, and we're looking at easy scores.
Arizona on offense to start the fourth.
They're back
Chang working with Jamison.
A force middle. So if you'll notice, each player kind of comes across to try to force the disc back to the middle of the field, make it a little bit tougher to throw deep throws.
Jamison and Chang working together, and really now finally getting off that sideline. Bay had done such a good job of at least crowding some of the early dump opportunities. Chang looking at a lot more space than she had before.
The last time that the Sidewinders beat this, it was through Chang and Kez, where they were willing to throw it up the field, kind of past the mark.
When jumping save, now sending it to Gazelle.
She'll throw these.
Gazelle's going to send it backhand. Here's Spiegel making an adjustment, two-handed grab. 12 points for Arizona, 11 for Bay Area Falcons. Such good pressure early in the point. Great swing work by AZ.
You could tell that she wasn't sure if she wanted to go with the quick drop in front of her spike or the behind the back spike. Little hesitation on the Selly, but a Selly we got.
Well, we have to take another look.
Mm-hmm. And Kez Gazelle with the confidence to throw it right around that brick mark area. She has worked on her throws so much in the past couple years that she is willing to take those shots and have them be completed most of the time.
Arizona takes a quick lead at the start of the fourth quarter. All right, fans, we're who owns the winning raffle ticket? Let's see.
That's Pisani. That's Wan.
It's these throws past the mark that they have to be willing to do. And the backhands, much easier. They fight the wind. The forehands have been lifted up and pushing past the throwers. So Madison Spiegel was able to kind of make the adjustment and make the score.
Appreciate the double look at the Selly, too, by the producers. This is Fennig. Bay Area down by 1. Bay Area now nearing half field. Carnahan, great inside angle on that backhand throw. And this is where Arizona doesn't want to be, is having Bay Area attack on angles like these.
And a monster layout just off the fingertips.
Goss thought, we thought Goss was going to come down with it. Bay Area so effective once they get ahead of the defense, and Arizona comes up with a stop after the disc just goes off the fingertips of Goss. Collision here on the field. Reed and Goss.
I wonder if Reed is going to call anything. I don't think so, based on her. Yeah, Kristen Reed is not calling a foul.
Collision, not a foul. Play on.
Oh.
Crowd here thinks the disc touched the turf. We're going to keep playing. Lippincott on the mark. Continuing to apply pressure as Arizona. O'Connell almost with a hand on that one. Those skinny break throws, though, trying to get to the break side ever so gradually by San Francisco. Bay Area. Bay Area now on the break side all the way. Arizona has to stop some of these throws, has to stop them from changing the field. Otherwise, they will find an opening, Bay. Fennig now knocking on the door. And a goal.
Not a clean hold, but a hold nonetheless. The Sidewinders getting chances, getting the ability to try to score on offense when they get the turn.
And how about Goss getting that goal after selling out on the near goal just earlier on the point?
Getting rewarded. Finnick not giving up on the uplines. You see the Sidewinders kind of being unable to break away from staying in the lanes, which gives the Falcons just an easy upline. Ooh, I don't know.
You think it touched the ground?
Couldn't tell you. Oh.
Wow.
Who knows? But these uplines, a little bit too easy, and this is multiple times now.
Oh, Carnahan with the goal.
Excuse us.
Now look, having Robin Fennig on the front cone is probably the last thing you want if you're the Arizona Sidewinders.
Mm-hmm.
Great touch pass. Chip Chang now on offense. 12-12, 9 minutes to go. Arizona sends it to Chambliss. Chambliss to Wan. Wan testing the mark. Not a lot of options. It's intercepted, Eliza Pugh. Wan looking to cap. Chambliss in the lane.
Yeah, very patient work from the Bay currently.
It's got to get sent. Stall counts high. Open runner, but a missed shot. We thought Grobecker might have come away with it, but the disc is low. This is Chang. Wide open look to Chambliss. Chambliss full speed.
Oh, she did.
Broken up.
So we're
24. Jesse Song breaking up that play. And it looks like there's a stoppage as Chambliss thinks she might have gone over the back.
So if we see the X and then hands wide, that means Sidewinders will retain possession. If we see an X and then hands together in a fist bump motion, the disc will come back and the Sidewinders will have it. If we see just complete no call, then it will be Bay's disc.
Chambliss known for her fully horizontal layouts and hair trigger on executing them. I think all of us were hoping that disc hung in front of her just a little bit more.
So they went to the observer, and the observer did rule that it was a foul.
We'll take another look at the contact. Again, the case that Chambliss made is that the contact came up over the top
It did kind of come through that left arm.
That left arm, maybe the argument was that there would have been another attempt at it. The observers uphold the foul call. Arizona in the red zone, really all to play for here. Terrific flip to Wan. Great look by Chambliss. Arizona's got a 1-point lead. We got 8 to go.
She's scored one. She's thrown one. Great. The role players from Arizona really coming up big, and that's what you need if you're going to compete with the higher tier teams in the league, right? The teams at the top of the table, you need everyone on your roster firing on all cylinders. Let's see what they come out with. I think the Sidewinders have been really effective today with matchup defense, with high pressure defense. On the replay here, you never want to kind of look back and forth, but she put it to where the defender couldn't get it, only her teammate, and a little miscommunication on the Selly Simeone.
And how about Janet Wan, who hauled that one in, but has just been applying so much pressure to the defense tonight, both with her deep cuts and some of her deep throws. This time tonight, able to make a little space in the end zone for Chambliss to flip into. Great work by the Sidewinders. We've got 7:50 to go, 13-12. This is Fennig. Working with Carnahan. Carnahan! Forehand rocket!
The forehands have been pushed a little bit too far consistently for both teams tonight.
Goss not able to grab that one. This is Heaton for the Sidewinders. Lippincott, terrific charge underneath, keeping things alive and the clock low. Powell.
Powell unsure to throw it to these kind of inside skinny breaks.
That's O'Connell. She's up line. She's going to send it really far. Pass intended for Eifert.
Maybe a little bit of the jet lag there, saying, hey, I'm going to send it. But just a little bit more touch. You've got the win. Let's see what the Bay does with a full field ahead of them.
Lippincott now marking Fennig. This is the matchup to watch. Fennig, backhand to Carnahan. So smooth between those two. That forehand's going to hang. Dunn can't quite block it.
Oh, excellent.
Zalk.
Catch up on the D, though.
Clock is high, but they're able to get the stall off. This is Fennig. Fennig now right into the end zone to Zalk.
And we're looking at 13-13. Arizona absolutely in the driver's seat. They just need to score out here to end the game. Easier said than done when you've got the Bay playing just lights out on both sides of the disc.
Fennig throwing backhand on that far side of the field has just been such a recipe for success. And I just want to say that Hammer working together with Carnahan and Fennig on this sequence, this is not the first time tonight that they have really stayed at least 3 counts ahead of the defense.
And we're seeing players not named Fennig willing to throw it that kind of 20 to 30 yard kind of big. You know, when multiple players are willing to throw these deep shots into the wind even, the Sidewinders can't play off. They have to play tight matchup defense.
This is Harris for the Sidewinders. Jamison. Such a crucial point. 6 minutes to go. No room for error right now. Sidewinders need a clean hold and keep the pressure on Bay Area. Chang working hard in the backfield. So much pressure upfield, but Spiegel's able to break free and get an in-cut. Marks rotating really aggressively. It's caught and saved.
Jameson with a huge grab.
Jamison, another amazing grab.
Oh,
looks like it's called down.
Crowd not happy with that.
Referees calling, or the observers calling it down. Let's take another look at the replay.
It was a late.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Up to me. And now we'll see.
Pew.
After every kind of speed bump, this is the first time that the Bay have not immediately taken advantage of turns or calls.
Another foul call on the field. Game slowing down. More calls right now. More contact. More mistakes. Tied up 13-13.
Looks like the disc is coming back.
Game clock, 4:50 to go in the whole game. Looked like a contested foul. Downfield. This looks like 98 Janelle Lee. Coming in, inside out shot. Thomas can't quite get it. Wide open throw now. Terrific angle. Goal for the Bay Area. They take a 1-point lead and the crowd is booing.
Oh boy, tough series of events. Now that is kind of 3 times, maybe 4, after a call or something comes back. You know, not for any particular reason each time, that San Francisco, or the Bay, excuse me, has been willing, mentally tough, to really put the pedal to the metal after kind of a stoppage. It's taken the Sidewinders a few times to kind of build back up.
Take another look at the score.
Yeah, not sure what the call was.
Tough to say. What?
Yeah, do you mind if we see the replay one more? We have time.
Yeah, we're taking a look at it.
Do you mind if we see the replay one more time of the kind of from the start?
It's possible that maybe they're
let's
saying that
see.
a little bit of contact there.
No clue.
Maybe saying that Spiegel was holding with the left hand on her hip. That,
yeah, maybe.
You know, there might be a bad angle to see that one.
We'll have to find out later.
14-13 advantage Bay. 4:30 to go in this one. O'Connell to Lippincott.
The Sidewinders have had
Lippincott back to
great
Reed.
success with their pull plays.
Already past half field. Lippincott now on the sideline. Backhand flip to Falk. Falk looking at Doyle, who's got a great position. She'll look for a dump. To O'Connell. O'Connell's got Doyle all the way across the field, who's turning this point into her own personal track meet. Back to Dunn. Dunn. Nice touch throw. O'Connell back in the middle. She's going to send it break side to Reed. Reed's got a great look at Doyle, who's earned every last molecule of this one. She brings it even. 14-14, 3:50 to go. Arizona advantage, or tie.
They don't quite have the advantage now because the Bay, if they score, they continue to score. So the Arizona need one more defensive stop and defensive score to then get that kind of point-for-point advantage. There's plenty of time the way that these teams have been playing. We love the around-arounds, everybody. If you get that disc, you throw that second around, it's almost a guaranteed score. There we go. Great teamwork. And you're right, Lindsay Doyle really left her impression on that last. I wonder, we really need to see some tight matchup defense here. If they come out in kind of a zone or a clam look, you are giving the Bay, the Falcons, any throws that they want. They will have the time and they will find their teammates.
Chang sends a roller to the 40. This is Gazelle on Fennig. Fennig fake it downfield. Has to look dump. It's open. Another shot across the field. Into the middle. It's going long, but it's caught. Arizona looking a little out of sorts here as Bay is able to just continue to play catch and dribble upfield.
Oh, good switches.
Finally, a little bit of defensive traction. The inside-out angle, no good. Here's Jamison. Spiegel keeps her hands on it. Chang applying so much pressure as she's charging upfield, able to make those dumps easier, and that's Chambliss, who's going to send it up in the air, and it's intercepted. Hammer, flick to the middle. Miller, forehand shot. Goal!
Oh,
Jules
excellent
Madigan.
Catch. That was a tough catch. That throw, when it comes up right above you, it's hard to track, it's hard to catch, your body's moving. And Arizona, they were playing with desperation there. They were playing with pace, but didn't get their bodies kind of settled down. The throw does not have to be quick, even if your body's moving quick. But love the pressure. It was the pressure defense that kind of led to the first turnover and chance. But if you give this Falcons team enough chances, they are going to put it, especially past half field, closer to the brick mark.
Arizona on offense. They trail by 1. Less than 3 minutes to go in the game. They need a goal, and then they need to find a way to keep the disc slowed down so we can get another pressure turnover. Pull by Donahue. Great hang time. And the two teams will meet at the 35. Flip pass to Lippincott. Reed charging downfield, takes 2 defenders with her. That's Powell to Lippincott.
The Sidewinders need to communicate a little bit more. They had multiple players in the same space. I don't know if you can hear it on the stream, but the Bay are counting. They're going to be match up here in a second.
Stetmeyer looking for a dump. Lippincott delivers. Lippincott back to Stetmeyer, who finds Powell. O'Connell now in the middle operating.
And
2 minutes to go in the game.
Seamlessly, they've gone back to kind of a more matchup setup, and so Sidewinders offense are adjusting accordingly.
O'Connell running out of time. Doyle, backhand shot. It's too high. It's a turn. Arizona now with 1:40 to go. They've got to get a stop and a quick goal. Time is not on their side. Arizona looking to apply maximum defensive pressure here in this last 100 seconds. Doyle on the mark. Has to send it. Reed able to stop it. There's a timeout called.
Oh, let's see if they... It sounded a little bit late to me, but it looks like they acknowledged the timeout before the throw, so the disc is actually staying back. Kirsten Reed doesn't have to worry about getting skied there. Simeone, what do you think? Are they looking to burn the clock? Are they looking to just score? If they keep scoring, they will win the game. Or do you kind of just chunk as much time as possible?
It feels like Bay Area doesn't really look to kill time and has not looked to kill time this entire game tonight.
No.
It feels like they are happiest when they are moving past the defense with their small space action. I expect to see them set that up again.
They have an excellent, are you ready? Word of the week. You've heard it before. You love it every time. Confluence. Their connective tissue between the backfield and downfield is almost seamless to where as soon as it gets horizontal, as soon as the disc moves left to right, they have a vertical option every single time. It's up to the thrower to decide if they want to push the disc up vertically towards the scoring end zone, or if continuing it horizontally is going to give an even easier look. So I'll be interested to see, do they go for kind of a flood play and then look vertically, or are they looking around? And for Sidewinder's side of things, please do not come out of this. Okay, so they're playing tight matchup.
We got person matchup and an interesting horizontal-like configuration with one deep cutter moving back. We'll see what the initial action looks like. Arizona trying to keep them on the sideline. It's a flick. It's a deep shot. It's tracked by Spiegel. It's a simultaneous catch. No, it's maintained. Goss able to come up with that one. Terrific sky catch by Goss. Now back to the middle. Carnahan. 1:15 to go. Carnahan, inside shot. Backhand around. Can Chang get it? She can't quite. Heroic point and spike.
Both teams are leaving, absolute no doubt. They are putting it all out there every single time. The Bay just coming up with it just a little bit more. Back to that simultaneous catch. It would have been the Falcons' disc on a tie. Yeah, if it was contested, it would have stayed with the Falcons.
How about Carnahan able to hold on to that one?
Oh, Yep, some of these passes that have been behind the receivers, Falcons have been making some pretty good catches, and the backhands have been more consistent than the forehands, leading to just a nice timed catch there.
And great work by Lee, able to find just the right angle. Bay Area now up by 2.
There is plenty of time still, though.
69 seconds remain in this game, 14-16 Arizona.
If we see the Falcons defenders while they're on the disc with their backs to both sidelines, they're forcing it middle. They're trying to eat clock, make it hard for the Sidewinders to score.
Terrific throw to the sideline by O'Connell. This is done.
I wonder if they're going to get it to somebody who can push it down the field.
O'Connell back to Lippincott. Lippincott gonna send it, does a flick, and it's gonna get blocked.
Was that Giles?
Grobecker
and
got into the play and broke it up. It looked like two Sidewinders were converging on that. Thought they might have had a play, but Grobecker got in there and made a great stop.
And injury call from Melissa Dunn.
Replaced by Madison Spiegel. 36 seconds. Arizona's got to make a miracle happen at this point.
They're looking for a run through D, some kind of inside throw that goes awry. The Falcons have turned over during this game.
Upline shot. Lee able to be just touching it onto that sideline again, but now swinging back across. Back across the middle. Bay Area looking mostly uncontested, except for that dump set throw.
Under 10 seconds.
Timeout called. We've got 7.5 seconds to go.
Oh, and a timeout. Bay is going to make sure that they run the clock out here and take care of business.
Arizona stopped all the upfield action just when things looked like they weren't. Just when it looked like Arizona couldn't get any defensive traction, forgive me, it looked like they finally found something, forcing a pretty chancy dump pass, but hauled in by Bay, and now they've got a timeout and a really good look at the end zone and a way to close out a game.
And again, if you're the Bay, this just makes you tougher. These close games, these tough points, they've had to make pretty big athletic plays on both sides of the disc in order to kind of claw back into it and maintain the lead. For the Sidewinders, a better showing than we've seen against the Bay in some time.
Yeah, such a well-fought game. And really, it's just a handful of plays that are really separated by inches that tell the story of this one. A couple of turnovers in the first half that I'm sure the Sidewinders want to have back, especially right before the half. But now they have a chance to finish this game with a defensive stop. We'll see what kind of pressure they bring.
Yeah, this is for pride.
O'Connell on the mark, looking to shut down the dump immediately with her angle. Arizona bringing a shell on the sideline to try to keep them there.
With the wind almost fully dead.
High hammer throw, tracked by the Bay Area Falcons.
And we've got another point, Simeone. 3 seconds left on the stadium clock. 3.1, excuse me. So we're going to get one more chance. Let's see the Sidewinders kind of take care of business. And
Hammer catching the hammer. 17-14 Bay Area advantage.
And just to confirm, barring anything crazy in the last 3 seconds, if results stand, they have just punched their ticket to championship weekend.
We are looking at our final four for the WUL season in 2026. Bay Area Falcons, San Diego Super Bloom, Seattle Tempest, and Colorado Alpenglow.
Yeah, it's been interesting. We'll see if Super Bloom can repeat. If Seattle said no thank you, we are the top dogs. Or this Falcon teams, they are resilient, right? And the style that they play with, they absolutely can run with anybody in the championship weekend. They have enough defenses to kind of stifle anybody. Their offense is versatile enough to run against anything that they see. Let's see how the Sidewinders kind of score this last point for themselves.
Sidewinders' final possession of this game. It's going to be a heave into the middle of the field, Harris to win.
The time has gone down, so they have plenty of time as long as it takes.
Arizona swinging it now. Plenty of pressure downfield. That one just skates by. Chang surrounded. Able to find Jamison. Harris back into the middle for Heaton. And now Pisani.
Who just graduated med school, by the way.
Wan. Slicing shot to Stetmeyer. Direct hit. Stetmeyer with a goal.
And that is a bright future for Janet Wan. Excellent throws, more confident than last season. Brito saying, let me just show you guys why I was one of the top scorers last season too. I think that bodes really well into their matchup with San Diego. For Falcons side of things, it can only go up from here. Pisani to Wan. She sees the space, and from that direction with the wind, that forehand is pretty consistent and an easy catch.
Great closeout by the Sidewinders. That'll wrap up this one. Bay Area hard-fought win, 17-15 over Arizona. Multiple lead changes in this game, several dramatic defensive stops.
Yeah, and if you're watching this game, that means you care. That means you care about these teams and this sport. Make sure to tell as many of your friends or family members that you know, tune into the last few weeks of the season and championship weekend coming up, and you're not going to be disappointed. These games are electric.
As the teams make their way to their respective sidelines, let's take a look at a post-game interview, and we'll hear.
In just a little bit, Simeone, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's no meters in the parking lot that we're trying to get to. Now, are we going to double dip? Are we going to get Finnick again? Who would you want to interview from the Falcons? I know we said Donahue's name a lot, Giles' name a lot, but there was, Madigan had her time, and it kind of took a little while, but Whiffler did get a few Ds. She added to her total.
I would want to interview Donahue, who I bet might be in one or two of these highlights. We'll take a look.
Oh yeah, here is Kesgel showing that she has been putting in the work on her deep throws, with Madison Spiegel able to read that one. And then just classic vertical motion, getting ahead of the defense and staying ahead. I feel like this is one of the better games that I've seen from Juan.
Yeah, Wan was incredible tonight, and we just saw her working hard to make space and get that release. And then Chambliss, who had great toss off the foul call. Now we're ready to go down to the sideline and talk to some of the players in this match.
Yeah, it looks like we will be talking to the Falcons first. And you were right. It looks to be Donahue.
Take a look at some more highlights, and eventually we'll come down to the sideline where we'll be interviewing Margot Donahue, one of the captains of this team, and such a difference maker tonight.
Yeah, I think great film from both teams. A little bit to work on, but it's towards the end of the season. I think both teams have improved in the areas that they needed to improve. The Sidewinders able to move it side to side. And here we go with the interview.
Huge win tonight. You guys have secured a spot in championship weekend. How are you feeling?
Super happy. Just really proud of this team, the work we put in. It was a great game.
And it was such a close game, back and forth. How were you guys able to maintain that focus?
I think the close games are the games we play this sport for. Like, that's really why we come here, why we travel so far to play games where like it matters. And I think when the score is tight like that, like that's where our energy is so high. That's where we're pumping each other up. Like the sideline is so engaged. We're so excited. And it's fun to put on a show for our fans.
And what do you think made the difference tonight that allowed you guys to come out on top?
I think just like the work we've put in this whole season, the confidence, the chemistry that we've spent so much time building, and just like the team, our like togetherness. Like we're coming here together, we're doing this together, and there's so much buy-in for this team, which is awesome.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Desiree Camacho bringing us Margot Donahue, whose fingerprints were all over this game, Mark.
Yeah, both sides of the field. I really do enjoy watching a team that can trust top to bottom every player on their roster and willing to put them in places that they will succeed. The Falcons players made the most of each opportunity every time they had the disc or had to get the disc, and it's just always a pleasure to watch.
Standing by for a Discraft play of the game.
Oh, looks like our Discraft.
Bear with us as now we're going to take a look at a supercut of some great defensive stops by Arizona.
Simeone, what do you put to this if you're making a highlight reel? Oh,
here's our Discraft play of the game.
Oh, Sarah, Arizona's defense is the play of the game. I see. My apologies, everybody. But this was one of their better showings with actually getting blocks and Ds, forcing high-pressure throws versus just kind of relying on the other team to make a mistake. They're flying all over the field.
Terrific layout D, followed by Chang stuffing it to the ground. That'll do it for us tonight, folks. We'll end it on a note of strong defense for Arizona and Bay Area looking forward to championship weekend after a well-earned victory. They come away 17-15 after this back-and-forth game. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for watching WL. Thank you for all of our volunteers who work on the field and on the camera crews, and thank you to TVX for bringing to you this video production. Signing off for Michael Simeone and Mark Borger. Good night. We'll see you next time.
See you on the other side.